Hey guys, welcome to week number 8, the top 5 wrestling animations of the week. Just a wee notice, next week I'm going back to school, so for all animations that count towards the top 5, they have to be uploaded to YouTube by Thursday evening. Anytime on Thursday evening they'll be considered, if they're uploaded on Friday they'll be considered for the next week. Number 5 this week goes to YouTube user Khaled Hilal, with a very nice recreation of John Cena vs Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam this year. This animation was really creative, really good video. Really like the graphic effects there. I felt the toss of the t-shirt was a bit floaty, but it's quite a difficult thing to do. The one thing that really stands out here is the realism. The details you've gone to the facial expression, to the poses were very well done. I feel some of the animations are a wee bit choppy. I think in general, I think you use a tactic to try and take as little pictures as you can to still make it go well. But in general, I think you should try and work on getting a continued consistency in the number of frames you take. I feel you're also a bit slidey, try and move the joints off the ground as much as you can, and maybe try to have a bit more impact on your moves by working on the bounce up effect, which can look pretty good. Number 4 this week goes to Wild Zone Wrestling version 2 with a Mankind entrance. This was a really good animation by him. One of the best Mankind entrances I've actually seen, apart from Captain Mackay Random. His is usually very good. I like the added effects here. I like the stumbling down the ramp. Again, I maybe feel that the joints and the legs are maybe over exaggerated a bit, maybe a wee bit slidey as well. Maybe, again, keep working on actually lifting up the foot off the ground while he's walking. As I said, I really like the realism, maybe a bit slow in some areas, but you've obviously looked at many entrances of his to make sure the realism is as right as possible. The lighting is very good. The shadows are a wee bit annoying, but at least they're consistent, which is the most important thing. Loser Kings Double 7 gets number 3 spot this week with a perfect placement, a dive. I feel obviously the dive was and the perfect was a wee bit stiff, obviously using basics. I did actually like the joint movements near the end of the dive, especially in the legs. The Usopp was very well done. The impact was very good, and the pinning combination was also done very well. Well done. GWS only gets number 2 this spot with a very nice sequence here. It's not easy to do sequences, it's quite hard to get the flow of the move very good enough, and I think he did a very good job here. Feeling your animations are sometimes a wee bit slidey. I think you over exaggerate the joint movement sometimes, especially in the tilt the world, which kind of almost makes it a bit floaty, I felt, a bit slow. But the smoothness is very good, and I like the impact of the move after it was a bit floaty. And again, number 1 goes to the Steve this week. It's a very nice kind of famous or kind of sequence based around that move. It wasn't easy to do. I like that of the crowd effects again, do them very well, as good as anyone does. The realism here of the push ups is really good to get the impact right and the leap. Nothing to say wrong about that. The famous are very smooth, really nice joint movements in Sin Cara. I always find that figure hard to animate with, for the joints are a bit fragile. Maybe a wee bit fidgeting around Sin Cara when you're not using perhaps a bit of tape to keep him steady. Really nice impact on the famous. There's not much more corrections I can give for that really. Again, maybe a wee bit kind of fidgety, slidey in some of the reactions, but that's the only thing I can really add to its pretty perfect animation. Shout out the week goes to XWF. Now his animations have really good flow to them, like the flow of the pictures is very good, but I feel that some is a bit slow and kind of lacking in the correct amount of frames. So if you take more pictures and speed it up, then I'm sure it'll be a very good animator. So let's go to this week's show off of the week. He wasn't here last week, but he is here this week. Really good show off of the week, and we'll leave it to show off right now.
Yo guys, it's Show. No, nope, not yo. Um, let's go back with hey. Hey guys, it's Show Off here. Sorry for the absence of last week. I don't really want to get into it, but yeah, I was gone. But never fear, I am here. And let's talk about last week's Shuffle of the Week, which was actually Jack's number 1 spot. And I really don't care that Jack picked him, or if the guest host was gonna pick him too. Steve-O can get any type of award. I don't care. He can get how many, or I don't care however many he gets. He is the number 1 of the last week, and he is the show off of last week as well. That was the Steve-O animation was the clothesline from Luke Harper in the Powerbound 2. That was honestly the best animation I've ever seen. I know a lot of people were saying that the first one, what was it? The Cesaro uppercut and then the the swing. Um, I liked that, but I just didn't think it was like as good as everyone thought it was. It really was good. I don't know. It's just me, but I thought last week's was absolutely amazing. The way you had Luke Harper like blink, what was it? With like the little, I don't know if you did Photoshop, but yeah, everything was really well done. The power bomb, the clothesline was just absolutely great. The super kick was good as well. I really loved the reaction from everything, and it's just great. So that was the first show off of the week, which was Steve-O. Alright, now the second show off of the week, which is this week's show off, I decided to go with another big name. I decided to go with JWS owner with his SummerSlam video between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. I just thought, well, as expected, all of it it's just great. There was a lot of animations, different moves, put into one video, one longer video. But the move that I really liked, and I'm sure everyone else did, was the F5 to John Cena, which was the last move. I thought that was really well done. The way you moved the joints and then the impact Cena had when he hit the mat, I thought that was really nice. And yeah, overall, it was just a bunch of moves. I'm not sure how many of them there were, but there were a lot, which I'm surprised he did so many, because I had my doubts when he said he was going to do daily animations. But so far, he's keeping his word, so kudos to that. And yeah, pretty much he's the show off of the week because all the things that he did in that video all compiled into one. And yeah, they were all good. That's pretty much it. So, and then one other note, not regarding the show or anything, but this is more regarding my channel or my projects or whatever. A couple of days ago, my computer stopped working, and I took it to the guy that I always go to get it repaired, and he gave it back to me Tuesday, I believe, and he said he fixed it, but everything that I had on there has been erased. So, all the old animations I had, the images, and then the GIFs, some promos that I did for RA, but that was a long while ago. Posters, even family pictures that was the most that was a bummer because I went to California this summer, and I took a lot of pictures of my little sister meeting all the princesses and whatnot at Disney. So yeah, that's the one thing that really got to me. But then another thing involving my channel was everything I'd worked on A versus W so far is gone. So that was a bit of a bummer. Well, it is a bummer, but I don't know. At this point, I haven't worked on much. I'll be honest about it, especially because I worked through the summer and I just felt lazy. I did have around 3 minutes done. About a minute and a half worth of fights between Hulk and Ryback, and then like 2 minutes of another part that eventually you might find out. But yeah, the thing now is if I want to like keep doing it, I have having to start over with everything because I still have the setup for Hulk and Ryback, but it's just a matter of not being lazy and doing it because I just went back to school this past week, and yeah, so not a lot of time on my hands and everything. Well, there is time, but I'm just lazy, and yeah, so it's either I just give up on it now, which I really don't want to do, or I continue to work on it and restart, but I would not expect it this year at all. Most likely towards the beginning of 2015 at the earliest. So yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll keep you guys updated if you guys even care or are interested, which I hope you are. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me this week, and I will be back next week for the 4th or 5th show off of the week.
So thanks for watching this week's episode. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Remember, animations in by Thursday evening from next week forward to make sure they count for the top 5. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next Friday.
Alright, now the second show off of the week, which is this week.